5-game losing streak. It was only the second time this season the Clippers held an opponent below 100 points. The Clippers gave up 98 points at Golden State on October 28th, but lost that game. James Harden led the Clippers last night with 27 points and 9 assists. The Clippers' defense was so effective that Atlanta had only 14 free throw attempts. It was obvious the Clippers were in a better mood in their first game without Paul. The 12-time All-Star point guard and future Hall of Famer was released late Tuesday night for being too critical of the team. We'll see if Paul's departure keeps the Clippers in a feel-good atmosphere. No debates, no speculation, just the info you need. That's your KBLA Sports Minute. I'm Ray Richardson. More news, opinions, and conversation when we come forward on KBLA Talk 1580.
Happy holidays!
This holiday season, KBLA Talk 1580 wishes you and yours joy, peace, and prosperity. As we celebrate with family and friends, we're already looking forward to an exciting first quarter, packed with must-attend events to kick off the new year just right. In January, join us for our inaugural Brotherhood Brunch, bringing together community leaders, change makers, and everyday people for inspiration and connection. February means it's time for our signature Black History Month luncheon, a powerful celebration you won't want to miss. And in March, Women's History Month, we're once again hosting our State of Black Women in Los Angeles Symposium and Luncheon, addressing the issues that matter most inside our community. From all of us at KBLA Talk 1580, happy holidays. Stay tuned for more details on these incredible upcoming events. KBLA Talk 1580, your voice, your community, your power.
Poster said, we going ultra. Yeah, we going ultra black. I got a toast to that. We don't fold the crack. We going occasion we rose to that. Going postal. We going ultra black. Watching the global change. Hopping the coldest range. Hit boy on the beat. This poster slap. We going ultra black. We going. Rhythm and blues, pop, rock, soul to jazz, till my toes attack. How I look being told, I'm not supposed to brag. Nobody fault, I tell the truth, I know what's facts. We ultra black, gray stone, skin tone, but multi that. Multiple colors, we come in all shades, mocha black. Except where I'm at and not fight me on it. Emotional stares like I might be wanted. Pitch black like the night, I'm ultra black. Sanford and Son reruns, jokes are black. Oh yes, God bless success. We going ultra black, like the S is fast. Hawk with a mask on, the freshest breath. African black soap, caress the flesh. Super fly the mat, sitting fly in the lack. Take the boat on the water, history talks with my daughter. My son will be my resurrection. Constantly learning lessons. I never die, you get the message. I hope you be better than I. Life's precious. Two-stepping. Sometimes I'm over black, even my clothes are black. Cash money with the white tee and the soldier rag. We going ultra black, unapologetically black. The opposite of Doja Cat, Michael Black's in black. We going ultra black, I got a toast to that. We don't fold the crack. Occasion we roll
KBLA Talk 1580. We always ultra black. That's we're built that way, okay? Yes, indeed. Looking forward to talking with Dr. James Lance Taylor as we take a look at what's going on the international scene and what we have unfolding before us with Venezuela. Also, there's been a suspect arrested in the January 6th DC pipe bombing. So how does that work? Do you arrest him and then pardon him? Is the question. And what are we actually headed to war with Venezuela? Is that, it seems that our president is now giving the Venezuelan president ultimatums. Is that the formula for war? Does he think that that he can just command other people's presidents to step down, as he's trying to command the Ukrainian president to give up land, and then that he simply moves the chess pieces on the world stage and it doesn't lead to war? So many questions I have for Dr. James Lance Taylor. But we are festive around here, and we are teaming up with a Metrolink to bring you their Holiday Express. They are back this season. It's festive fun for families and their friends all over Southern California. So these are specially decorated trains. It's a one-of-a-kind ride filled with cheerful carolers, holiday characters, interactive activities. Santa Claus and Mrs. Claus will be there, and they're going to have food, they're going to have crafts, entertainment, and more. So that's just a whole party ride. It's free. Well, it's free if you win. You can only get on this train by getting a ticket some kind of way. And right now that way is from us. We've got a Saturday morning ride going on and a pair of tickets for two for you and a member of your family or a friend. We're taking caller 15 right now at 800-920-1580. 800-920-1580. That is the number to call. And we would love to give you a chance to go. Man, I would like to go on that ride. That sounds really fun. Maybe I'll be caller 15. No, it's like I can't do that. So, lots going on around the globe, and we are processing it. But trying to stay encouraged, and I think, the work that these folks are doing at the LA Black Worker Center, the work that is going on with Black Lives Matter right now, Black Xmas, the work that is going on with LA Community Action Network, with the Community Coalition, with people organizing and pushing back, whether it's the No Kings or the voting advocacy that's happening now ahead of 2026. All of these things are things that can give us hope and make us remember, as I always say, that we have to take a pledge to be courageous. That's where we are. We have to be courageous, and we have to know, like Molly Bell just said in our chat room, that trouble don't last always. Trouble don't last always, even if it seems like it. So the FBI has now arrested a suspect in their investigation into the pipe bombs that were planted near both the Republican and the Democratic Party headquarters on January 25th, 2021. This, of course, is the day before the famous attack on the Capitol. And this is, they're calling it a breakthrough in a case that they've been trying to crack for the past 5 years. And they say they made that arrest this morning, actually. They're going to have a news conference at the Justice Department today. They say that it was one individual who put those bombs near both parties' headquarters. The FBI has been asking the public for information since that time, 4 years ago. They released a video of the suspect. They had the guy on video planting one of those bombs. And the description, somebody 5'7" wearing Nike Air Max Speed Turf shoes. There was a reward up to $500,000 for the capture or information leading to the capture of this person. But until now, they have not found anyone. They have now today made an arrest. And I was quipping, but it's going to be interesting to see how this FBI, this Cash App Patel FBI, deals with this. Trump pardoned the January 6th coup attempters. Does that mean that this person is automatically pardoned? The president pardoned people who attacked cops. Does this mean now that these folks go under that, this person goes under that that category, or will they, which I think is more likely, parade them around as proof that the FBI under Cash Patel is not totally dysfunctional? We'll see. We have this press conference coming up today, and we will see what happens with that. But yeah, lots to unpack here. I'm really concerned about what's happening in Venezuela, and hopefully we will track down Dr. Taylor to give us, a more nuanced understanding from the viewpoint of a political scientist. That Trump actually gave President Nicolas Maduro an ultimatum. He said either step down from power or else. And I don't know what the or else is, but what else can it be? You're already bombing boats and saying they're narco-trafficking vessels. But to me, that's outrageous, and I can't believe it's not a bigger story, that you can just call another country's president and say, look, we've decided you should step down. Not the voters of your country, but we have decided you should step down effective immediately. And or else. And it's similar in a way, maybe a little more extreme, to what he's done with Ukraine, where he kind of told President Zelensky, look, this is our deal, and I know they've supposedly improved the deal, but this is our deal. You have to give up, land rights, basically the Russia wish list. Here's our deal. Take it or else. So apparently our president thinks that he's not only the king of the United States or the emperor of the USA, but also the emperor of the world, where you can just call another country's elected leader, whether you agree with their election or not, and say, you have to step down now, or else, while bombing boats in their vicinity. And it goes to my concern, what I was talking about earlier in the week, where the president is bombing these supposed drug vessels with no proof, no trial, no due process, just I designate you a drug dealer, therefore I decide I have the right to kill you. And now saying that he's going to pardon the former president of Honduras, who was a convicted drug trafficker, literally a convicted drug trafficker, whose brother was said to be the head of a major drug cartel. And he was sentenced, I think it's 45 years in prison for drug trafficking, money laundering, and all of these other things. Well, the president is going to be pardoning him on drug trafficking charges. And I was talking to a friend about what this means for people on the ground there in Honduras. You thought we had unaccompanied minors and people running here before. Now you have taken a convicted drug trafficker and pardoned him, and that means all of his network of power in that area is reactivated. So anyone who testified against him or was seen as sympathetic with the idea of him being jailed is in danger. I mean, the president of the United States pardoning a former president of Honduras, who is a convicted drug trafficker, literally puts the lives of regular Hondurans in danger. It's unthinkable, but that's where we are right now. You want to say a thing about a thing? It is Think Tank Thursday, 800-920-1580. That's the number, 800-920-1580. I'm Dominique DePrima for KBLA Talk 1580.
She's reclaiming her time on KBLA Talk 1580. More First Things First with Dominique DePrima when we come forward.
KBLA Talk 1580 remembers Robin Ayers on the 1-year anniversary of her passing. 1 year ago this week, we lost a remarkable and vibrant voice. Robin Ayers touched countless lives through her passion, her love, her service, and her smile, which you could see through the radio. KBLA Talk 1580 honors her memory and celebrates the legacy she left behind. Robin, your spirit lives on in every conversation, in every connection, and in every one of us, inspired by your voice. Gone but never forgotten. KBLA Talk 1580, where voices matter.
I'm missing you. Tell me why the road turns. I'm missing you. Tell me why the road turns.
At Charmin, we heard you shouldn't talk about going to the bathroom in public, so we decided to sing about it.
Light a candle, pour some wine. Grab a roll, the soft kind for a little me time. Charmin Ultra Soft Smooth Tear. Wavy edges for my rear. So let the softness caress your soul. Just relax, you're on a roll. Let her rip. Charmin Ultra Soft Smooth Tear.
Charmin Ultra Soft Smooth Tear has the same softness you love, now with wavy edges that tear better than the leading one-ply brand. Enjoy the go with Charmin.
Small businesses are the heart of America. But you don't have to go it alone. As the nation's largest nonprofit resource of expert business mentoring, SCORE has helped millions of entrepreneurs build their businesses for free. Get the connections, education, and guidance you need with SCORE. We're ready to help. Find a mentor today at score.org.
Hey, can you blow up some balloons for Jack's party?
I can't. I'm so congested.
You need Sinex Severe from Vicks.
Sinex Severe Nasal Spray.
Yeah, just Sinex. Breathe.
Sinex Severe instantly relieves nasal congestion and works 6 times faster than nasal decongestant tablets. The 12 hours of relief allow you to get back to the moments that matter without congestion.
Daddy, we need more balloons.
On it.
Try Sinex Severe from Vicks. Just Sinex. Breathe. Use as directed.
An official message from Medicare. Couple more minutes, and we'll start this month's book club.
You know, I usually love a plot twist, but this year, I'm comparing my options during Medicare open enrollment.
You can't assume your current health or drug plan is the best one for you.
And you gotta make sure your drugs are covered. That's important.
So is saving money. Review all your options at Medicare.gov. Open enrollment ends December 7th. Paid for by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services.
The conversation continues right now with Dominique DePrima on First Things First.
So remember I was talking about the loan forgiveness, student loan forgiveness, and how the Trump administration is moving through a new order to deny student loan forgiveness, even for those who qualify through various programs like the, public service programs where you have pledged to work in underserved communities for a certain number of years. That there are programs like that for teachers and doctors and such, and then they get a student loan forgiveness. Well, now they're talking about taking away those loan forgiveness programs for people who are Democrats or people who they say are their ideology is not in alignment with the president's. And I said on yesterday that I thought this might be the first of many such programs, benefits, rights that this administration will try to take away on a partisan basis, which seems highly illegal to me. We're all Americans. We all pay taxes. I actually don't like MAGA ideology, but I would be super against withholding student loan forgiveness for red hat wearers. Because it's not right. We all pay taxes. We're all so-called Americans. We all should get the benefits that we've paid into, and we all should have the opportunities that we are supposed to be afforded. Well, the Department of Agriculture said this week that they're going to withhold food stamps from Democratic states. So only the Republican states will get SNAP. Their excuse is that those Democratic states are not giving up sensitive personal data about who's getting those food stamps, right? They're not turning over your information. They're not snitching you out to the Trump administration. But this is a group effort. It's a coalition of states, Democratic-led states, and D.C. who are saying no, the federal government is violating privacy laws and we're not turning over all these records. So the Department of Agriculture says, well, we're going to retaliate by starving your people. This is America. Are you kidding me right now? I saw this coming, and I think this is still just the beginning. If somehow the courts and public opinion allow this administration to get away with withholding benefits, which we have paid into, withholding services which our tax dollars cover based on your political affiliation or ideology, it's going to be a long 3 years, let me tell you. Okay, let's go to Ira calling us from L.A. Good morning, Ira.
Yes, good morning. Thank you, and protect black women. I love the audacity of what the president is doing right now. He's really letting them hang, and it's bringing about what made this a great country: rugged individualism. You've got to get out there and make it on your own.
He's letting who hang, Ira?
No, he is. And it's the sense that the boldness of what he's doing.
You just said he's letting them hang. Who are you referring to?
Well, I don't want to use a graphic term on radio, Dominique.
Okay, we'll find another way to say it then, Ira. You're intelligent.
Well, he's letting his cojones hang. He's being a real man.
Okay, so you know, one of the things that always stuns me about you, Ira, and you know, you're one of our resident Republicans here, Republican members of the KBLA delegation, is that you always start off by saying protect black women and then either proceed to attack black women or celebrate their demise. So the audacity of what he's doing has included the loss of jobs for more than 300,000 black women, and you love that audacity?
Well, my first wife took job opportunities away from me. That's what a lot of these black women were doing. They were taking opportunities from black men. They should get behind black men, as other women do, and proceed as a community, proceed as a family.
So protect black women, but also get rid of their job, take their jobs away from them?
They were DEI jobs anyway. They weren't doing anything. They couldn't green light anything.
So you personally know those 300,000 black women were not doing anything, even though we can currently see the problems in the Social Security Department and other departments where these women are working, where things have come to almost a standstill without these black women. We know that we all, including our own personal families, turn to black women to get stuff done, but you feel that these 300,000 black women were just sitting around doing nothing and collecting government paychecks? That's what you're telling me, Ira?
Yeah, but this was all a part of Project 2025. I've told you folks, it's been in line for over half a century now.
Yeah, I love the way you dodged my question. So your solution is, but here's the thing, the job numbers are not showing those jobs going to black men, Ira. Black men's employment is also down. The people that are gaining jobs in this first 8 months or 9 months of this Trump administration are white men and white women. Is that part of your...
That's why segregation...
And you're loving that...
Segregation was the best of times for black folks. That's where we need to go back to, a time where blacks worked for blacks only. We had our own markets then. We had our own economy.
Okay, right now we're talking about government jobs, which we fund with our taxes. And what you're telling me is you think it's good that 300,000 black women have been laid off because they're not doing anything. And so my question to you is, are you fine with the fact that these jobs are now moving over to white women and white men? That's fine with you. That makes America great for you.
It does, because America was never a black country anyway. It's always been a white man's country, so it's simply going back to where it belongs. Let blacks form their own government within this country. Do your own thing. That's how you get to the top, folks, your own bootstraps.
So why are you in the Republican Party? Shouldn't you be over with Dr. Cornel West trying to form a robust third party, or, you know, over with Chris Smalls trying to bring back the Labor Party?
I'm an independent intellectual. I run my own think tank that works to facilitate white rule. We want to bring white people back on top. That's what made this a great country.
Having white people on top makes this a great country?
That's right. Just a quick IQ test.
Is your name Jesse Peterson or is your name Ira? I'm so confused right now.
Yeah, that's when things are best. Think about it. When were things better for black people? 1925 or 2025?
2025. 2025 by far. Ira, it's always fun to talk with you. I hope you'll call again. Let's go to Carl calling us from LA. Good morning, Carl.
Hey, Dominique, how you doing? Good morning to you.
I'm good. How are you?
I'm great. Yeah, I wish I could have got on a little while ago and talked to the sister before she went off about jobs. She was talking about those jobs that if you get hurt on the job that they do nothing for you. But those are the people that's getting those jobs left and right. They don't have to have no experience, anything, but just know how to show up and get there. And those are the others that are getting those jobs. It's not black folks. I'd like to have one of those jobs myself. Hey, but did you catch anything with the governors last night? They was all talking and everything. They trying to trick everybody into school measures and stuff. This measure MM, how they going to build new schools and split up the districts, and it's all for Europeans. It's not going to be nothing there for black schools or brown schools. I was listening to them all. Even Viragosa, he got up there when the hillbilly sheriff was speaking. The audience booed.
The hillbilly sheriff is diabolical.
Around and started trying to calm down the crowd from letting the guy speak.
But here's the thing: with the man you're calling the hillbilly, which is hilarious, he's the sheriff of San Bernardino. He's actually the top polling gubernatorial candidate right now, which is crazy. And the reason is because there's too many doggone Democrats in the race, and some of them need to sit their butts down. If we're being real about it, because we have a top 2 vote getter system here in California, so that means that we could have 2 Republicans running against each other. If some of these clowns, some of these Democrats don't find another job and sit the heck down.
Yeah, well,
I feel like if you're not in the top 5 Democrats, you need to go think of something else to run for. Really, right now, you need to sit the heck down.
Yeah, because we missed out on Tony Atkins. She dropped out the race for Viragosa to get those votes. So
good for her. Good for her. More of them need to follow her lead.
Yeah. What do you think about that billionaire yesterday? And I'll let you go, Dominique. He said he was giving up $6 billion. He giving up that $6 billion just to play here in the United States. He's supposed to give it to children sometime next year. Or
we talked about that yesterday. Yeah, we can talk about it again. You're talking about the Dells, Mr. and Mrs. Dell, the family behind, I think, the Dell computer. They're giving $6.3 billion to fund these accounts, which are part of the big ugly bill. They're like little 401k plan accounts for kids. I was complaining because now Trump has labeled them Trump accounts, and the slavishly obedient mainstream media is going along with that. We got news, traffic, and sports. I can break it down if you like when we come forward on KBLA Talk 1580.
Say the quiet part out loud. KBLA Talk 1580.
I'm Bree Wood with BIN News Now. The DOJ is suing a Westland, Michigan landlord, William Asper, for sexual harassment and retaliation under the Fair Housing Act. He's accused of offering housing for sex, making unwanted advances, and threatening eviction when women refused. This woman was a victim.
This is the closest you can meet to a demon on this earth. He is a monster.
Prosecutors say he preyed on vulnerable tenants. House Minority Leader Hakeem Jeffries backs a preemptive pardon for Representative Henry Queller, who faced bribery and money laundering charges. Jeffries called the case thin and said the outcome was right after President Trump announced the pardon in a post blasting Democrats. And legendary R&B guitarist Steve Cropper has died at 84. A key figure in the Memphis sound, Cropper co-wrote hits like Knock on Wood, In the Midnight Hour, and Dock of the Bay. Cropper passed away Wednesday in Nashville. Get BIN News Now on demand 24/7 on the iHeartRadio app.
Compassion sponsorship means food, healthcare, education, and most of all, being known, loved, and protected. There are thousands of kids waiting over a year. End their wait. Sponsor a child with compassion today. Text the word radio to 83393.
This is the KBLA Sports Minute with Ray Richardson.
Last night in Atlanta, the Clippers played like they had a clear conscience and the weight of the world was knocked off their shoulders. Did the removal of Chris Paul have something to do with that? A very debatable subject. The Clippers dominated Atlanta 115-92 to snap a 5-game losing streak. It was only the second time this season the Clippers held an opponent below 100 points. The Clippers gave up 98 points at Golden State on October 28th, but lost that game. James Harden led the Clippers last night with 27 points and 9 assists. The Clippers' defense was so effective that Atlanta had only 14 free throw attempts. It was obvious the Clippers were in a better mood in their first game without Paul. The 12-time All-Star point guard and future Hall of Famer was released late Tuesday night for being too critical of the team. We'll see if Paul's departure keeps the Clippers in a feel-good atmosphere. No debates, no speculation, just the info you need. That's your KBLA Sports Minute. I'm Ray Richardson. More news, opinions, and conversation when we come forward on KBLA Talk 1580.
Are you coughing a lot, especially at night? Are you often short of breath? Are you using your rescue inhaler often? These could be signs that your asthma is not under control. To keep your asthma in check and help prevent an asthma attack, ask your healthcare provider for an asthma action plan. This is a personalized plan you create with your doctor that shows you what to do and what medicines to help control your asthma and to use when you're having a hard time breathing or when you're having an asthma attack. Please don't wait until you're having an asthma attack. Do something about it now. Schedule a visit with your healthcare provider today to make that action plan and take control of your asthma. For more tips and resources on the management of asthma, visit luma-edu.com. This message is brought to you by Amgen and AstraZeneca.
This holiday season, KBLA Talk 1580 wishes you and yours joy, peace, and prosperity. As we celebrate with family and friends, we're already looking forward to an exciting first quarter, packed with must-attend events to kick off the new year just right. In January, join us for our inaugural Brotherhood Brunch, bringing together community leaders, change makers, and everyday people for inspiration and connection. February means it's time for our signature Black History Month luncheon, a powerful celebration you won't want to miss. And in March, Women's History Month, we're once again hosting our State of Black Women in Los Angeles Symposium and Luncheon, addressing the issues that matter most inside our community. From all of us at KBLA Talk 1580, happy holidays. Stay tuned for more details on these incredible upcoming events. KBLA Talk 1580, your voice, your community, your power.
Hey, can you blow up some balloons for Jack's party?
I can't. I'm so congested.
You need Sinex Severe from Vicks.
Sinex Severe Nasal Spray.
Yeah, just Sinex. Breathe.
Sinex Severe instantly relieves nasal congestion and works 6 times faster than nasal decongestant tablets. The 12 hours of relief allow you to get back to the moments that matter without congestion.
Daddy, we need more balloons.
On it.
Try Sinex Severe from Vicks. Just Sinex. Breathe. Use as directed.
An official message from Medicare.
Couple more minutes, and we'll start this month's book club.
You know, I usually love a plot twist, but this year, I'm comparing my options during Medicare open enrollment.
You can't assume your current health or drug plan is the best one for you.
And you gotta make sure your drugs are covered. That's important.
So is saving money.
Review all your options at Medicare.gov. Open enrollment ends December 7th. Paid for by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services.
With the new IHOP value menu, $6 is all it takes to go to your happy place, where stacks of pancakes with bacon and eggs are just $6 every day. French toast, sausage, and eggs are, you guessed it, $6. And fluffy omelets come with a side of pancakes and only cost $6. Go to your happy plates every day at IHOP. $7 in some locations. Available every day for a limited time at participating restaurants in the U.S. Hours may vary. No substitutions. Not valid with other discounts or promotions. Prices may vary.
Oh, how's that flu, babe? Did you take DayQuil Intense Flu yet?
Nah, I got this. Ugh, okay, I don't got this.
You stay on the couch, and I'll grab the Dayquil.
Undo your flu symptoms with Dayquil Intense Flu. Dayquil Intense Flu provides powerful relief of your flu symptoms.
I'm ready for that to-do list.
Wow, you do got this.
Dayquil Intense Flu. The daytime coughing, aching, fever, under your flu medicine. Use as directed. Keep out of reach of children.
Broadcasting live from Leimert Park, USA. Welcome back to your home for unapologetically progressive radio. KBLA Talk 1580.
We're unapologetically progressive, and you're always invited in at 800-920-1580, 800-920-1580. That is the number to call. And speaking of that number, we have yet another pair of tickets for the party train. I call it the party train. It's the holiday Metro Link. It's happening Saturday. You can only win tickets right here. There's food and Mr. and Mrs. Santa and games and carolers, decorations, and you ride around LA. It sounds like a lot of fun. We've got a pair of tickets for two to caller 15 right now at 800-920-1580, 800-920-1580. Love to welcome you and a loved one onto the party train, courtesy of KBLA Talk 1580 and your friends at Metro Link. And you're right. Paul's saying within 11 months, black unemployment has doubled. He says it's probably worse than what's being reported. I think that's right. They use the excuse of the government shutdown to delay and distort the data around these unemployment numbers, and then they end up getting adjusted down. So yeah, we know this. That's why I'm trying to do better per Molly Bell, let people talk a little longer, but when they're just way over there in crazy town talking about America was better when white people were on top, I have to pause for a minute on that one. KBLA Talk 1580, who's this? Hello? Who's this? Good morning. Who's on my phone? Trisha, you're a winner. You're going to Metrolink's Holiday Express party train on Saturday with festive fun for your whole family. So how you feeling about the holidays?
I feel excited and surprised.
Yeah, this will be a lot of fun. Carolers, characters, interactive activities, and the clauses will be on board. So hopefully you'll bring a friend or family member and have a great time. Stay on hold for me, Miles. We'll get all your info and we'll get those tickets for you.
Thank you.
And happy holidays from KBLA. Talk 1580. A little cheer in between all the doom and gloom. The New York Times is suing the Pentagon. That's wild, right? And I love this so much because what they're saying is that the Defense Department's new rules, they have the Pete Hegseth rules for journalists, violate the Constitution's guarantees of due process, freedom of speech, freedom of press. You'll remember that under the Hegseth muzzling of the press, they're not allowed to report on anything that's not approved by the defense secretary, who likes to call himself the cosplay secretary of war. And so a bunch of major, pretty much the entire press, other than, OAN and weird right-wing bloggers, walked out, right? Because they were told, if you don't follow the rules, you can't have your office here, you can't have access to these Pentagon sources. So a bunch of journalists walked out. But now the New York Times is taking it the next level by bringing a lawsuit in the U.S. District Court in Washington. They are saying that the Pentagon is trying to restrict journalists, which is pretty much what I said more nicely. I call it muzzling. Those rules started in October, and I find it even more relevant because right now we're looking at an example of exactly the kind of thing where this is a problem, right? The news is directly affecting Hegseth. Secretary Hegseth has been accused of ordering a second strike on a shipwrecked boat that had already been bombed, killing 2 remaining survivors. It's a charge he denies. The White House has had his back, even though he should have been fired a long time ago. And now they have another admiral, this black admiral, that they've decided to throw under the bus in order to cover for Hegseth. But I feel like this makes it even more important, right, that the Pentagon be able to be reported on accurately and freely by reporters. Right now, this is a perfect example of why Hegseth muzzling the press is so problematic. So very problematic. And so good on the New York Times. Those rules have been in effect in October. It means they're in effect now. And the Pentagon literally was strong-arming reporters to sign a 21-page contract saying what they could and could not do. This is crazy. If they didn't sign that, they lost their press pass. And that means that the Pentagon is saying we should be able to control what you, the press, writes. This is what I was talking to LA City Attorney Heidi Feldstein Soto about, Heidi Feldstein Soto about, which is that, okay, we can say we're pushing back on the Trump administration, but if we're allowing the LAPD to attack journalists with press passes, then we are not allowing the free press to do their job. And it's a local example of exactly what the Pentagon is doing, except the Pentagon is basically asking reporters to sign an NDA, which is exactly the type of thing that we criticize third world countries, dictatorships for doing. In the case of LA, it's more de facto. It's just wild, wild west. Come around here, try to report, see what happens to you. See if you take a rubber bullet to the face, right? Or some pepper spray to your nose. See how that works out for you, type of thing. The New York Times lawsuit says that reporting any information not approved by the Pentagon could lead to punishment, regardless of whether you're gathering that news on or off the grounds of the Pentagon, and even if that information is not classified. This is where we are. Meanwhile, we're finding out now, the Huffington Post is reporting, the Associated Press is reporting that the Pentagon knew those 2 shipwreck survivors were there, and they allowed that strike anyway. Now the admiral is doing the spin dance, where they're saying, well, they were still trying to carry out their mission, even though their bus was bombed. Their boat was bombed, and they were, probably injured and possibly drowning. They were still trying to carry out their mission, so we had to bomb it again, even though that's a war crime. We had to bomb it again in order to get the ship to sink. So this is wildly problematic, and the timing of this lawsuit, putting the restrictions on the American supposedly free press, could not be better, in my opinion. If the press, look, we appreciate you supporting KBLA Talk 1580 and independent black outlets, but even the mainstream press has a job to do, because they're the ones that have the resources to go snooping around at the Pentagon and doing other things. And even though they may give their milquetoast interpretation, they still have to have the right and the ability to report. And when that gets shut down, as bad as it already is, our democracy is toast. 800-920-1580. That's the number if you want to weigh in. I'm Dominique DePrima for KBLA Talk 1580.
More of First Things First with Dominique DePrima when we come forward.
The holidays can be a time of increased stress for those struggling with opioid or stimulant addiction. They can also be a time for pause, reflection, opportunity, and new beginnings. This holiday season, choose treatment and recovery. Embrace the company of family and friends and create special moments. Find a proven opioid or stimulant addiction treatment provider near you at choosechangeca.org.
If you're an adult in need of an accredited high school diploma, the Los Angeles Public Library can help. You could earn one for free in as few as 5 months, online with 24/7 access. You also get a personal academic coach, plus special training focused on 9 in-demand industries, as well as a resume and cover letter to advance your career. Visit the website at lapl.org/diploma. That's lapl.org/diploma.
Hey, can you blow up some balloons for Jack's party?
I can't. I'm so congested.
You need Sinex Severe from Vicks.
Sinex Severe nasal spray.
Yeah, just Sinex. Breathe.
Sinex Severe instantly relieves nasal congestion and works 6 times faster than nasal decongestant tablets. The 12 hours of relief allow you to get back to the moments that matter without congestion.
Daddy, we need more balloons.
On it.
Try Sinex Severe from Vicks. Just Sinex. Breathe. Use as directed.
An official message from Medicare.
Couple more minutes, and we'll start this month's book club.
You know, I usually love a plot twist, but this year, I'm comparing my options during Medicare open enrollment.
You can't assume your current health or drug plan is the best one for you.
And you gotta make sure your drugs are covered. That's important.
So is saving money.
Review all your options at Medicare.gov. Open enrollment ends December 7th. Paid for by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services.
This holiday season, KBLA Talk 1580 wishes you and yours joy, peace, and prosperity. As we celebrate with family and friends, we're already looking forward to an exciting first quarter, packed with must-attend events to kick off the new year just right. In January, join us for our inaugural Brotherhood Brunch, bringing together community leaders, change makers, and everyday people for inspiration and connection. February means it's time for our signature Black History Month luncheon, a powerful celebration you won't want to miss. And in March, Women's History Month, we're once again hosting our State of Black Women in Los Angeles Symposium and Luncheon, addressing the issues that matter most inside our community. From all of us at KBLA Talk 1580, happy holidays. Stay tuned for more details on these incredible upcoming events. KBLA Talk 1580, your voice, your community, your power.
Hey there, Los Angeles. This is James Lucky Jr., publisher and editor of Los Angeles News Observer. Are you hungry for news that matters to you in the African-American communities of Los Angeles? Well, buckle up, because we got the scoop you've been craving. Stay in the know and never miss a beat with our free weekly publications conveniently available near you. Or hop on the digital wave and become an exclusive subscriber at OGNSC.com. Don't forget to join the party on Instagram and Twitter at OGNSCINC for behind-the-scenes access and sizzling updates. No more FOMO. Let's stay informed, connected, and empowered together.
It's a classic odor tale. You fried fish for dinner, cleaned up, but the smell is still in the house. And the neighbors are coming over for game night. They're on their way. And then you spray Febreze Air Mist. Febreze Air starts working instantly to fight even your toughest odors, so you go from fish to fresh like that. Now, all you have to worry about is Pam cheating at charades.
Breathe happy, Febreze, la 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 la.
This is KBLA Talk 1580, where hate meets a scholarly match.
Danger, 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 danger. Okay, I'm ringing the alarm. I'm sounding the bell right this doggone second. So earlier this week, there was an article in the LA Times by George Skelton, who's their Capital Sacramento columnist. He usually has something interesting to say. And it was entitled, "A Republican Governor, ? It could happen." And, okay, it was interesting. I read it. Now there's new polling from Emerson College in which 2 of the top 3 candidates are Republicans. For California governor, to Carl's point, Carl called earlier talking about the gubernatorial race. Well, Chad Bianco is running, okay, and he's currently polling Number 1, Chad Bianco, a former member of the Oath Keepers. We're not just talking Republican here. We are talking MAGA on steroids. We are talking Alex Villanueva's bestie, right? That type energy. That's what we're talking right here. And he is the top poller. Now, mind you, he only has 13%, but the fact that he's in there's Republicans are 2 of the top 3 is a problem. And the reason that it's such a problem is because California has what we call an open primary. So that means whoever the 2 top vote getters are, those are the 2 that will go up against each other in the general election, right? So if it's Chad Bianco and Steve Hilton who get the most votes, it's one Republican versus another. It's Oath Keeper versus regular right-wing businessman, garden variety. Neither one of those are a good look. With a Trump administration, this white nationalist MAGA on steroids, and a Republican governor of the largest and arguably wealthiest state in the union, danger, danger, danger. And if Republicans are able to pull that off, you guys are supposedly loving Governor Gavin Newsom's trolling of the president. I've been loving it too, and the fact that he gets under the skin and he's showing some backbone for the party. I still don't necessarily mean that doesn't necessarily mean you qualify to be president, but it's a good thing. California has to lead the resistance, or at least be, at the forefront of it. With a Governor Hilton or a Governor Bianco, that ain't happening. Okay, the other really interesting and I would say perilous news is the fact that Eric Swalwell, the congressman from Northern California, a tiny town called Dublin, is now polling number 2. He just got into the race like the day before yesterday. So the fact that he's polling well means he's on a trajectory up. And while he would be better than Bianco or Hilton, we are talking about a guy who is fairly conservative. Yes, he's a Democrat, but he's not a progressive Democrat. Yes, he was an important part of the impeachment team, but he's still a conservative Democrat. He's a yes on Prop 36 Democrat, which means he is supposedly tough on crime, repression and lock 'em up Democrat, basically. He's number 2 in this. Then comes Katie Porter at 4, and her trajectory is down. She's down 4 points because she was seen on tape yelling at her staffers, cussing, and looking very non-gubernatorial. At first, it seemed like it wasn't taking a toll. Now it seems like it's starting to have a negative impact on her campaign. Villaraigosa's after her, but 6 points down. And, Porter and Villaraigosa are both progressive. You might not agree with them on every single thing, but they're progressive compared to a Swalwell, who is solidly like a Biden Democrat, right? Yes on 36. He might even be to the right of Biden, if we're being honest. Telegenic, well-spoken, high name recognition. He's always on CNN and such. But he's fairly conservative. Then you have the billionaire Tom Steyer, then the Health and Human Services Secretary Javier Becerra, and then about 1 million others who are running for governor. I just feel like they need to sit the heck down. We need to get down to 1 or 2, most 3 Dems in the race. And I know it's early. It's still 2025. Most of us aren't focused on this. So in a way, it doesn't matter. Bianco could go down to number 7 in the race in a matter of minutes. But we don't know that. I mean, I think once he opens his mouth, more Californians are going to move away from him. But let's keep in mind, we live in a bipolar state, right? Where there's a very conservative core in Kern County and places like that. And should they get activated and inspired to to vote and donate and get out the vote, we could very well end up with a Republican governor at a time when that is the last thing California needs and the last thing America needs. I love Betty Yee. She's a former controller. She's got strong roots in the black community. She's, very experienced, competent, very accessible. Tony Thurmond, state superintendent of public instruction, a black man, a Democrat, a former social worker. He knows what it's like to be an under-resourced family. I love all of that. It's great. But Ian Calderon, I don't know much about him. He's a former Assembly Majority Leader. Don't know much about him. He's also in the race. And there are others. But my point is, if we are, which we are currently, facing down the idea of a Republican governor leading the Golden State, it's time for Democrats to make some hard decisions. You get back on the bench. See you in 4 years or 6 years or when another seat opens up. Not right now. This might not be your moment. This might not be your time. Who am I to say? Nobody. I get that. But if you're going to go with a MAGA, if you're going to take the slightest chance that a pro-Trump mini-me MAGA Riverside County sheriff ends up leading our state, then you don't care about us. You're like the Michael Jackson song. You don't really care about us. Let's go to Big Phil calling us from L.A. Hola, Jumbo. What's up?
Happy holiday. Hope you Thanksgiving right. The devil don't sleep. Who was that guy, Ira? You need to go get some psychological help. He said the white folks that give America. Lord, what's wrong with that guy? What he been smoking? Lord have mercy. Jesus Christ. We got to pray for that guy. He's all the way out. He's like a little soundboard. My goodness. Whew, Lord. But I'm going to deliver a lot of toys next week for KBLA rolling by them. I'm coming out there on the 12th. By the park, deliver toys to the kids. So I'm keeping it moving with faith, like my mother always did, taught me. Help somebody, especially my own people, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I do know what you mean. And to your point about Ira, we were talking about this yesterday, Big Phil. I'm trying to find the sweet spot because I just don't like to let people lie and say crazy things nonstop on the show. But on the other hand, I do want to be a welcoming place for everybody. And we always want to offer people a chance to change their minds, redeem themselves, choose a different path, right? So I hope I didn't let him talk too long or cut him off too soon, is my point.
Yeah, I understand. Well, we got to call it as it is, okay? You guys happy holiday. And stay safe down there, okay?
Thank you. Happy holidays to you, and you stay safe as well. Yeah, it's it's a tough call. But I also think sometimes when folks tell you who they are, it's easier to understand where they're coming from. And that's what we saw today with that call. Looking forward to the conversation with UCLA professor and artist, Dr. Micah Johnson. He joins me in studio next on KBLA Talk 1580.
KBLA 1580 Santa Monica.
I'm Bree Wood with BIN News Now. The DOJ is suing a Westland, Michigan landlord, William Asper, for sexual harassment and retaliation under the Fair Housing Act. He's accused of offering housing for sex, making unwanted advances, and threatening eviction when women refused. This woman was a victim.
This is the closest you can meet to a demon on this earth. He is a monster.
Prosecutors say he preyed on vulnerable tenants. House Minority Leader Hakeem Jeffries backs a preemptive pardon for Representative Henry Queller, who faced bribery and money laundering charges. Jeffries called the case thin and said the outcome was right after President Trump announced the pardon in a post blasting